Congratulations, you've got yourself a Gravely ZT X 52. This is a great machine, guys. You've looked at it, you made the purchase, you compared it with its competitors, you saw the great deck suspension, you saw the heavy frame, you saw the Kawasaki engine, you saw the nice seat with the armrest and the adjustable handle levers. I want to go over really quick what you need to do to get the most out of your Gravely ZT X mower. I'm assuming that your dealership got it all set up and dialed in, but maybe they missed something, or maybe you're one of those people who just takes care of your machine yourself. So we're going to start at the front end. We're going to go through from the front wheels and tires all the way back to the back end. I'm sure I'll miss something. Go ahead and comment down below in our video. Help me learn how I can do these things better, but I want to help you get the most out of your Gravely ZT X 52. Hey, this thing has a 3-year, 300-hour warranty. You bought it from a dealer, so we know they're going to be there to take care of you. There's some things you need to do to get the most out of it. I don't know whether you're set up to side discharge. If you are, great, but you can also get a mulch kit. Maybe that's something you want to add, or a bagger. Both those things are accessories that you can pick up from Carl's Mower and Saw and get the most out of this machine, add some versatility to it. So let's start on the front end. We have pneumatic tires. I prefer to set the front tire pressure at around 15 pounds. Some people will go a little bit less, some people go a little bit heavier. I think if you go heavier, you're gonna get a stiffer ride. If you go less, you have that chance of actually popping that wheel tire off of the rim. Okay, so 15 pounds seems to give you that cushion, but also it's stiff enough that it's not gonna pop off if you're turning and you maybe catch a root or a stiff spot in your lawn. You do have a grease point on your front wheel tire here, right here, pointed out. So this should be greased annually, I would say, depending on the number of hours that you're putting on this machine. But generally speaking, annually for most people is good enough. So 15 pounds, grease point right there. Deck leveling. Generally, this is going to be set right from the factory or from your dealer, but potentially over time, you're not cutting level. We can fix that. The first thing we want to do is make sure our tire pressure is even. A lot of people get into adjusting the deck level and then they find out that their left rear tire is at 6 pounds pressure and the right rear tire is at 22. Boy, that's going to create a difference. So the first thing we want to do is set tire pressure, 15 on the front, and then usually on the back, I go about 12. We're looking for really a flat profile across the top of the tire. We don't want a crown. We really want maximum traction out of that tire, so that we're not tearing up the turf as much when we're turning, so we have more traction out of that. So set your tire pressure, 12 in the back, 15 in the front, and then probably make sure your blades aren't bent. They more than likely aren't, but I do see that happen. In order to level the deck, you have right here on the front right here on the back right, and then the same thing is copied on the left side. And all we have to do is actually, there's a nut on the bottom of this, is tighten or loosen that nut and you're able to move this up and down. Okay, so that's how to level your deck. It does go through that in the owner's manual, but it's something you may need to do occasionally, especially if it hasn't been set right. There's some adjustments here to the tracking, right? So what is tracking? Tracking means that as I'm going forward, maybe with both my sticks all the way forward, I'm pulling a little bit to the left or to the right. First of all, again, check your tire pressure, because off on the tire pressure will mess that up. But sometimes it's just some adjustments to these levers. And right down in here, see these little holes right in the front, one here, we can loosen this jam nut and actually adjust how far forward this lever goes. That's going to help your speed, get you back up. You can move these handles right here up and down. There's multiple settings, so maybe I'm a little shorter person, I want to drop these down. Maybe I'm taller, I want to move them up. You can also adjust the in and out. So see how there's a gap right here, and you notice how they're off right here. If I loosen that nut or tighten that nut, loosen the nut and tighten the bolt, I'm going to change the pitch of this lever. Okay, so I could actually bring this one up to level it out, or I could bring this one down to level it out. What's going to be more comfortable for you? So you can spend a little bit of time really dialing this in, just like you would on your car when you sit in there and you move your steering wheel up and down or your pedals in and out. You can do a little bit of stuff to just dial this in to fit your needs, match your preferred operation style. A little bit of lubrication is going to happen once in a while, so I'm going to grab we use Honda Lube here at Carl's Mower and Saw. You've got some pivot points on the mower deck, kind of with your deck lift. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back, and then usually I'll hit these hangers too. And that's just going to help it move freely up and down. Let's go over here to the control panel. So in order to start this machine, the parking brake has to be on. I had grease on my hands, cool. Parking brake has to be on, which is up. And I've got a choke lever here and a throttle lever here. So I'm going to give it a little bit of gas. I'm going to pull out the choke. I'm going to turn the key. It's going to start up. Now, as long as the brake is on and the blades are off, I can get off this machine. And then I can move something that's left in the lawn or walk away and answer a phone call, who knows, whatever reason. I can get off of this machine as long as the brake is on and the blades are off. Okay? Make sure that you don't run it with the choke on. It doesn't happen very often. It's telling you a story. It's coughing and sputtering the whole time, but I do see that happen every once in a while. Height of cut, okay? How that is done is by depressing this foot pedal. That's gonna lift this up, and then I can turn this dial. And I'm gonna have a range of about, I think it's 1.75 inches up to 4.5 inches in 1/4 inch increments. I turn the dial to my set, let go with my foot, and it's gonna drop down to that preferred height. Let's flip up the seat here just a minute. This is where my electrical components are. I've got a fuse box right here. I can pull this cap off and get to my fuses. Here's my battery. It's a standard 12 volt, so I can charge it with my normal charger that I have in my garage. When this battery dies, which someday it will die, we can put a full-size battery in here. This is designed to accept a larger battery, which is a little more accessible. Here's our fuel cap. Okay, this holds about 2.5 gallons. I'm always going to recommend ethanol-free fuel. If you don't have ethanol-free fuel, make sure you pick up a treatment. We have Startron here. That's what we use at Carl's Mower and Saw. But always, always, always look for an ethanol-free fuel. All right, let's check out this Kawasaki engine. What do we need to do to this engine? First, most important, air filter maintenance. So you see how easy that was to get to? Boom, pop that open. Here's my air filter. When it's dry and it's dusty and this thing's mowing, you're just kicking up all kinds of dirt, this filter will get dirty. If I go out on a spring day when it's wet, it will stay clean, but come summer, it'll get dirty. So keep an eye on this. I would check this probably monthly, and you're gonna say, that's way too often. Create a habit, guys. Create a habit so that you're checking. I see these come in just packed, filthy, dirty. Machine can barely run. That's fine. It kills it as far as if it gets that dirty, but we do increase the chance of ingesting dirt into the engine, and dirt in an engine is going to kill this engine. This is a beautiful engine. It deserves a little bit of love. On the oil, we've got a filter right down here, kind of hidden. You can get to it right through the top. That filter and oil should be changed 50 to 75 hours, depending on the heat, the dirt. Let me pop around to this other side. So I'd look at changing the oil seasonally. For most people, that's fine. We've got a fuel filter hanging right here on the back. I change that annually. And then we've got our spark plugs, one on each side. And this back cover comes off with 2 bolts coming loose, so you can get in there and get to the back of the engine very easily. Okay, something that often gets missed is rolling a zero turn. How do I move this thing? Let me take this parking brake off and let me try to push it. I'm pushing it, but not very well. And, you know, I broke down in the back 40 and I don't want to push it all the way back. Never tow this mower, okay? That will do damage. But right here, this little black lever, I can pull that out and click that to the side and lock it back, and then there's one on the other side, and that is relieving the pressure on a hydrostatic transmission. And now I can roll this thing. Now hopefully you don't have to roll it often, but the time will come. You know, you're gonna have a dead battery, or it's in the garage and you just want to move it really quickly from point A to point B. So that's how you roll it. Don't forget to re-engage the drive, because you're going to hop on it, start it up and try to drive, and it's not going to go anywhere, and then you're going to call your dealer. You go, this won't move. And we're going to go, hey, did you flip those levers again? And you go, thank you. So really quickly, that's a quick overview, a brief overview of the ZTX 52. If you have any other questions, reach out to us at Carl's Mower and Saw or your local dealer and get all the information you need to keep this thing running at its best.
Hey, this is Josh from Carl's Mower and Saw. Thanks for watching our videos. We're proud of the fact that we've been serving you with the best in outdoor power equipment since 1990. We're glad that you had an opportunity to sit down, watch our videos, learn something about an exciting new product that we have, something that interests you for your property, or really how to use your equipment to the best of its ability. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube. We're excited to share more information with you. See you soon.